Welcome back, Shalloners. Well, today we're going to talk about a group of people that you guys have been requesting videos on for a really long time, but I was always just kind of like, But now it seems like the drama in their life is really cracked open. That's right. We're talking about the Ace family, and not just their family dynamics. We can do those videos down the line, but accusations that Austin McBroom raped a girl. And these accusations are coming from another YouTuber, Kerrigan. It's a lot. I'll try to unpack it as best as possible, offer my analysis on who's right and who's wrong, and more importantly, tell you how you should react if you find your boyfriend or husband in some hot water and some drama. Do you stay? Do you go? Are you a ride or die? Or what? I'll break it all down. But first, just want to remind you guys, if you have a question of your own for me and want a one-on-one session, find me on my website, shallonlester.com, and click Get Help. I can also help with your social media, which is really fun. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at ShallonXO, where I let you guys vote on the new topics and get ready for Evil Week. That's right. Next week, we're going to start Evil Week. I'm going to do some videos on the underbelly of humanity, the darker arts of femininity. You'll like it, I promise. Okay, so let's break down this shit. So let me say up front, I went into this whole scandal like completely neutral. I don't know who the Ace family is. Like, I know of them, but I don't watch them. I'm not fans. They have 17 million followers on YouTube, subscribers. 17 million. And I'm like, who in the hell is this curious about people with kids? Not me. Like, not me, but 17 million other people are. Okay. So I don't know anything about them. I'm not for them or against them. And same with Kerrigan. He's, I guess, like a makeup artist, makeup blogger. I've never heard of him either, nor have I heard of this like third player, Keemstar, who runs this drama account. So I have like no skin in this game. And so here's how this started. So Cole posted a video where he claimed that his friend, his female friend, Cole's gay, and his female friend and her girlfriend, like her female friend, were basically raped by Austin. The friend was raped by Austin, and Cole's friend was like assaulted by this basketball player, I think like an NBA player. Like, but she didn't make her encounter sound as non-consensual as her friends with Austin. And apparently this happened in June on, I don't know if it was a hotel or a yacht or something with Austin and his dad. They were like partying in Miami. That's very like Drake and his dad. You know, when people party with their parents, that's such a red flag. It's so Lindsay Lohan. Like, you don't party with your parents. It's not cool. Like, it's like, I'm a cool mom. Like, no, you need to be a mom. Like, don't like, okay. So Cole made this video, and this is like a lot to unpack, and 2Fab helped me unpack it. So Cole's a makeup artist, and so he posted a whole long video with like all these screenshots, all these receipts, and he started out talking about the Ace family. He's like, basically, they're complete bullshit. Austin cheats on Catherine, his wife, constantly. Like, I have so many screenshots the girls have sent me about like, oh, I saw him hitting on people at a club. I saw him go home with someone. He's always out at clubs, and Catherine's like at home. And like, they have kids, and it is weird to be out at clubs when you're a full-grown adult. Like, I don't have kids. I live in New York City. I live a very like cosmopolitan single city bitch life. I don't go to clubs. Like, there just reaches a point where you're like, this is not like super fun anymore. I'll go if it's like an after party for an event, but I'm not just like, what, live. Like, I did it. So that to me is a red flag in terms of like Austin's maturity. That kind of says he's a bit of a Peter Pan. Also, I think it's weird that so many girls are telling all of this to Cole. And Cole kind of tried to justify his involvement in this scenario. He said right up front, he's like, I know everyone's going to be like, why are you inserting yourself into this drama? And he claims that the reason is because he hates to see injustice. You know, and I was very skeptical watching this video of Cole, because from the same point of view, who the fuck are you and why are you involved in this? And why, if you are going to be involved, are you involved in such a public, messy way? Like, why are you involved on the YouTube level? If you really can't tolerate injustice, I get that. I'm the same way. I hate it when I see people who are just like swanning through life. And that's what he said. He's like, I watched this dude, Austin, like win at life, and he's an asshole and he's a garbage person. He's like, and I'm just fed up. I get that. But like, you could do that offline. If you really want to take him down, okay, like do an affidavit for the police. Help your friend pay for a criminal lawyer. Like there's things you could do that aren't so public and so messy, you know? Hustlers move in silence, and so does hate, you know? True hate is silent. It's in the weeds, it's in the shadows, it's moving where you can't see until it strikes. The louder you are, the weaker you are. So I was kind of like, But then as I was watching the video, like, I don't know. I believe Cole believes what he's saying. I don't think it didn't come across to me that he was lying. And he even like called his friend and like used a voice disguiser, and she told the story from her point of view. And basically her and her friend had been out on a boat and jet skis and stuff with Austin, his friends, his dad, and his bodyguard, and like some other people all day in Miami in June. And they got like wasted. So the girls are back at the hotel room changing, and the guys come in the room, and the girls are like kind of naked. She's like, we were really drunk, but we weren't so drunk we wouldn't remember anything. And she's like, next thing I know, like the NBA player's having sex with me. And then it got kind of fuzzy. The narrative got fuzzy at this point. Now, Cole's video had a lot of jump cuts, you know, where like it's an edit and it's like a break. I do my videos in one take, bitch, okay? I don't repeat and I don't replay. I don't need to. I'm a public speaker. But he has tons of them in the video, and I can't help but wonder, like, well, what was he saying that he edited out? What is this girl saying? What did this girl say on the phone call that he edited out? Because the narrative is kind of non-linear. Like, I don't understand how she went from having sex with the NBA player to then I think she was in the bathroom and she heard her friend. And I'm not saying she's lying at all. I just, like, I'm trying to get a cohesive version of the story. And, like, maybe I just didn't listen to it, like, hard enough. But so if you guys did and you know what the narrative is, like, leave it in the comments. And so then she heard her friend, like, screaming and crying, no, no, no. And then the guys, like, I think the guys left, like, she kind of, like, chased them out of the room. But she said that for herself, when she was having sex with the NBA player, when he was, like, unwanted sex with her, Austin's dad came over and like whipped his dick out and put it in her face like she was going to suck it. I'm like, this is too much. You are literally having a gangbang with your father in the room. We are in the end of days. Jesus, we are all ready. We are ready. Send whatever plagues you want. It's time. Okay, there's no more polar bears. There are only people like Austin McBroom and his dad. I don't know. So then her and her friend were like so traumatized. They spent the whole rest of the night like crying, and then they went home the next day, and it was just like really awkward. They had to see all the guys the next day. And so that's her story. And look, I'm never going to say I don't believe a woman who said she was assaulted. I've been assaulted. I know so many of you guys have. I have absolutely no idea what happened in that room. I'm not even going to speculate on it because that's not what we're here to do. Like, who the fuck am I? What? I'm not going to pass any judgment on this. You know, I can't imagine for what reason a woman would lie. I know that they do. I know some women do, but that is such an infinitesimal statistic that we need to not assume women are lying. Okay? They're not. I mean, statistically, it is so incredibly rare, you know? But we'll break some things down later. So Cole went on to say that he had been talking to his friend Keemstar. What is this name? Keemstar. Is that his real name? I'm sorry, if that's his real name, I feel like an asshole. But if you pick that name, it's a bad name. He runs the news vlog Drama Alert. And so Keemstar contacted Cole asking for information on Austin. And again, like, I don't understand why Cole Kerrigan is the go-to, like, flashpoint for news about Austin McBroom. I don't get that. Maybe they run in the same circles. Like, Cole kind of alluded to that. He's like, you know, you live in LA, you see a lot of things behind closed doors. Like, okay, but still, it seems like an interesting outlier person. But okay. So Cole told Keemstar everything. And he's like, this is what my friend said. This is her, like, recording, blah, 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 blah. But then he didn't run the story. And so Cole was like, wait a minute. And so he showed a screenshot. He texted Keemstar and was like, how much did they pay you not to run that story? And Keemstar wrote back, $500,000. And Cole's like, garbage person. So here's where things get messy, as if they're not messy enough. Cole then saw that Keemstar ran a different story saying it was Cole himself who was trying to extort Austin for $100,000. Not just that, but this was a setup between Cole and his female friend that like, oh, if we can extort him, I'll split the money with you. And the female friend, who Keemstar claims to have tracked down, all alleged, this person he claims is the victim, says she wasn't actually raped. She didn't blame Austin for the situation. She also slammed Cole for telling the story that was not his to tell and for making the video for the wrong reasons. But then, who did we hear on the phone call? The whole thing is so murky. It's so murky. There are so many different moving parts. Like this, if I was a cop who got this case, I'd be like, oh my God, I have to untangle all of these threads of like the biggest assholes on social media. Great. So that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how this situation plays out in our real life, because I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. I want to know, you know what? I was going to say, I want to know if you think who's telling the truth, but I don't want anyone slut shaming this girl. That's what you get for going on a yacht. What did you think was going to happen? You did that, you're fucking blocked from the channel. I don't take that shit. Not here. Not the Shallontourage. All right? I don't want to save you. I don't want to level you up. You can take that bullshit elsewhere. You can say Cole's a liar. You can say he had a fake person on the phone. You can say Austin McBroom is a douche. He looks like a douche. He's got the douche hair. And I'm not saying a douche is a rapist. All rapists are douches, but not all douches are rapists. You know, if A and B, it's like a SAT question. But he seems to be for sure like a cheater, you know, and a shitbird. And girls, ain't that familiar. So I want to look at this scenario from Catherine's point of view. And again, I don't know her. I vaguely know what she looks like. She looks very vague to me. She's very like plain and nice. I have a face. I don't know. I realize I probably look like that too. I look like the most like generic white person like ever. Like Hitler Youth propaganda posters. But I know what it's like to be dating someone who is just messy. And this happens a lot. I was going to say when we're younger, but these people are grown-ass adults with a grown-ass business and growing children. So they have no excuse. This is not a youthful indiscretion. This is pathological, you know? But when we're young and everyone's like hormones are raging, you get caught up in messy people. And what I want to know, what I want us to talk about is, are you obligated to stick around? And these two are married, right? And when I was thinking about like what angle to take with this video, I'm like, well, of course she's going to stick around. That's his wife. And I'm like, aha, that's the patriarchy talking right there. That is the angle, because my initial reaction was like, well, of course she's going to stand by him. Why? Why does that have to be our initial reaction as women? Ride or die, struggle, love. He's my thug. I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to ride and I don't want to die. I want to lay on a goddamn couch and get my feet rubbed. Okay? That's the kind of relationship I want. So many women, and I know this is prevalent in like the Black community because I hear it all the time from you guys. Women are expected to accept struggle love, drama love, ride or die. She holds me down. She sees me through anything. Fuck no. 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 Why have we decided that martyrdom is devotion? Let me let you in on a secret, guys. There's actually no prize at the end of the year for biggest martyr. I know. Who knew? I kept waiting for like the US Mint to like print some sort of medal that they handed out. They don't. They don't. Just like there's no actual battalion you get to command if you are Captain Save-A-Ho. You don't get an army. You don't even get a little tank. No uniform. You're just stupid. You're just wasting your own time. To stick by someone who makes their problems your problems is not a great idea. And when we accept that we can redefine love as peace instead of drama and this white-knuckled thing we hold on to, we can start to shift our relationships. Because think about the word hold. You hold a grudge. You hold on to someone. You hold someone down when they're in trouble. When was the last time you held something, like physically, in your arms for a really long time? I carried a pumpkin home from Trader Joe's today. I thought I was going to kill myself. You know why? Holding things is tiring. It's tiring. I'm going to see how long I can hold this. I'm going to hold my arm out. I've been doing bar class, so I'm getting stronger. It's really, really tiring. And we only have a finite amount of energy. And this is a misnomer that people think energy is a constantly renewable resource. You know, we're learning, see, you know what? I was done. I couldn't do it. I'm annoyed and I don't want to hold it anymore. I could, but I don't want to. I don't want to use my energy to hold that stupid pumpkin. I don't want to use my energy to hold a stupid man. To hold on to him, to hold him down, to hold him here, to hold him back. No. So we think our energy is just like again and again, we can just renew. We know from planet Earth that this is not possible. We're running out of energy, right? We're running out of oil. We're running out of things like this. And so we can't let that be a falsehood within our own lives. Our truly non-renewable resource, of course, is time. You are wasting your fucking youth on these douchey men. Do you understand that? And you're going to wake up one day with wrinkles and crow's feet and stretch marks and saggy tits and go, now what? Where's my martyrdom medal? Is it coming in the mail? No, girl, it's not. You know what's coming? Death. Father Time. And he's marching across your face. And energy is much the same way. I remember when I was a kid, you go on those like nature walks and whatever, and the guide was like, if you see a little animal or whatever, don't chase it. Don't chase animals, don't chase birds, because they only have a certain amount of energy. And if they use their energy running away from you, that means they can't use their energy running away from a predator that's trying to get them. And I was like 8 years old, and I was so struck by that. I was like, oh yeah. They only have so much energy. And I'd never thought of energy in those terms of like, you only have so much. Animals know that. We need to know it too. So we need to figure out where we're spending it. Like money. You're spending it. Are you spending it on something that's giving you a good return on investment? And if it's a man, and if all he is doing is taking your energy from you and you are hemorrhaging this energy towards this relationship, no, there is no return on investment there. Love is rest. Love is rest, okay? And it can be hard to know that if that's not what was modeled for you and your family. My mother is very restful. All my friends call her Mama Lester. Like, my friends love her. They hang out with her when I'm not there. I'm not even invited anymore. Like, they go home to California and like they call up my mom. They're like, Shallon, we don't care. Like, she is a restful beacon of sanity and dignity in so many lives. And so that is what was modeled for me. I'm so fortunate. And that's what I require from my relationships. Now that I've like got my head together, that's what I require. When I was younger, no, I wanted drama. Maybe because I'd had like a boring, life in the California suburbs, and I wanted like spicy drama. Like, I don't like being bored. It feels suffocating. But that's also indicative of low self-esteem. You need that constant attention and like, because you can't be alone inside your own emotional real estate. You don't want to be alone in this house. You got to fill this house with a lot of people. People do that literally. They fill their houses. They constantly have parties. They have to have people over. They have to have the TV and the radio and blah, blah, blah. The silence is where the truth is. Can you be in that silence? And what are you using as noise? Are you using positive things as noise? Hobbies, workouts, pets, goals, dreams, ambitions? Or are you using commercials? Cacophonous, crowing noise. And I think Catherine, Austin McBroom's wife, is using noise. If I were her, and if I were you, and someone who's been in this position, no, I haven't been married to a rapist, or just a douche. He's got like Pauly D hair. I would tell her to take a big ass step back from this. You know what? Me and the kids, we're going to go get an apartment someplace else. You call me when this has died down. And I don't care if that's you're in prison, you're in therapy, you paid these people. This just needs to be out of our face, okay? I'm busy running our business. I'm busy running our children. I'm busy running my own life. I don't need this shit. And you know what a man's going to do? You're abandoning me. Oh, really? Okay. You know what? Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe I'm abandoning you to deal with the mess you have created. That's not abandonment. That's responsibility. Because what does a child do? Mom, you had to help me do it. I can't do it. An adult takes responsibility for themselves. An adult can clean up their own fucking messes. And if he can't or won't, then you're parenting your boyfriend. You're parenting your husband. You're in a parent-child dynamic. And you're better off using that energy to parent an actual child. I've said this to my boyfriend. I'm like, I could be parenting an actual child instead of you at the airport because you can't print a boarding pass. Like, shit like that. It's like, you need to figure this the fuck out. I'm going to take a step back. That's what we're doing, you know? Like, sometimes you got to take a step back and be like, I'm going to let you sink or swim. And if that makes me not ride or die, fine, okay, fine. I wouldn't expect you to stick around when I lit our life on fire. So if you're dating somebody who keeps bringing their drama into your life, whether it's drama with their family, drama with their exes, drama with their friends, there is a pathology there of familiarity. Because what have we talked about? We are not, as humans, pulled towards like what makes us happy. We are pulled towards what is familiar, right? And if people grew up in chaos and craziness and toxicity, that's the noise they're going to fill their life with. And it can be changed. We can change this. We can change it by importing so many new, healthy, positive noises into our life that becomes the dominant familiar thing. So that when these shitty situations and bad people come into our life, we're like, we hear it as noise. Not the soothing music we have now filled our life with. I think that's what Catherine should do. I don't know her. I can't even pick her out of a lineup. But if she were to message me on my website, shallonlester.com, this is what I would tell her. You step back and you do some neutral evaluation of this marriage. Because whether or not he's a rapist, he is a douchebag. And there are red flags about this. And who knows, maybe they have an understanding. I don't know. But I am loath to think that very many women on planet Earth want to pretend to be with someone they're not. They don't want to pretend to be with a cheater. They don't want to pretend to be happily married to the father of their children who sucks. Most women don't do that. They don't keep that up for long. Why would they? And if she has her self-esteem where she needs to have it, she'll realize that too. I don't fucking need this. I don't need this. Yeah, we have followers. She's going to have a life after him. She probably had a life, well, she shouldn't have fame before him, but you know what I mean. And she can get her self-esteem to the place where she can evaluate this man in terms of pros and cons. What does he bring into your life in terms of peace? The answer might be not much. Just because you're an anchor doesn't mean he gets to be an asshole. You're the roots. He doesn't get to be the wings of some deranged phoenix constantly rising from the ashes and torching your life. That doesn't have to happen that way. So sit and think about what someone is bringing to your life in terms of peace, in terms of rest. And if you are chronically choosing people who don't bring that, think about the sounds in your life. Is it noise or is it healthy, positive sounds? And then ask yourself, where is this coming from? Where else have I seen this before? My family, my siblings, my ex-marriage, whatever it is. Then you can start there. Then you can start to heal. And then you can start to get peace. If you guys want more topics on the Ace family, I can do that. I just need to do research on who they are because, whatever, I don't care. What else? And tell me what you think about this whole scandal. Are you on Team Cole? Are you on Team Keemstar? Are you on Team Austin? Because a lot of you guys, when you talk about the Ace family, you're like, there's something fishy going on. Like there's pings. Your antenna, your female intuition is pinging around, and I want to know where that's coming from. And like I said, follow me on Instagram at ShallonXO, where I let you guys vote on the next video topic. And get ready for Evil Week, dropping next Wednesday.